I just talked about him on my show a little while back.
Yes. What is he, a political commentator?
Yeah. He worked for CNN. He still works for CNN, and he worked for somebody else. And yeah, he thought they went to break. He thought everyone was on break, and frickin' decided to crank down because he thought everyone was on break. And it just kind of blows my mind. It's like you're in the middle of a work Zoom call. You don't try to crank down unless you get turned on for some reason. Like, what was someone saying that got you so excited?
That whole family is so
Alright fuckers, welcome to the Trailer Park Boys Fan Federation podcast. I'm Morgan Rector and Raymond Hazen is...
Hey fuckers, you know who this is. I'm that reason you got that funny taste in your mouth after a night of partying. I'm Ray Hazen Jr.
As you can see, it looks like I'm conspiring with Ricky and Julian to take a huge quantity of dope and sell it off for that last big payday so they can retire. Even though you can't retire with 200 grand among 3 guys, it's not feasible, but anyway.
One lump sum too, Morgan. You gotta get rid of it in one lump sum.
Yeah, right. It's always a bad idea and it always gets them in jail. But they keep doing it. Well, actually, Rick could probably live off that amount for the rest of his life, but not Julian. Julian likes to buy cars and shit, so he'd probably piss it away. Bubbles is okay living in a shed and keeping his cats fed and everything. Ricky just needs pepperoni, smokes, a bit of liquor, some dope. He's fine.
I could easily live off 200 grand for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm a low maintenance person. You know, I don't need a mansion.
I mean, if I didn't really have to worry about rent, I mean, realistically, we're going to pay more than that in rent in your lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So you would need more than that. But if you could have a spot where you didn't really have to worry about the rent too much, you know.
Well, you put a certain amount in a savings account and you budget it so that it keeps accumulating interest and you don't just spend like a drunken sailor, even though the temptation would be there.
Well, you can drink like a drunken sailor.
Yes, you can. Yeah, but again, you budget it all, just like how Leahy had the Christmas liquor schedule.
Licky. That's Liquored Leahy. Licky.
Dog me anyway. I don't fucking car, but piece of shit, a fart, piston shit. Just fuck off.
Well, once he's drunk, he might say something like that. He would slur.
That's what he becomes, Fucky the drunk clown.
Fucky the drunk clown, exactly. Yeah.
So who do we got tonight? The friendly lady out for a couple drinks, or Fucky the drunk clown?
Ricky, you never know when the circus is going to come to town.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Well, should we begin the festivities?
Our sacrament, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, on a countdown of 5.
Let's fire up this little torchy here.
Gonna get the hardware going.
Yep. Go ahead, buddy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bon voyage.
where he says, if you don't get off, you don't cough, you don't get off, or is it the other way? If you don't you can't get off if you don't cough.
Yeah, basically, you don't get off if you don't cough.
So with you, that's dabbing, right? I've never dabbed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you taking in more smoke with that?
Maybe. I mean, I guess it depends on how hard you hit the joint or the bong or whatever. But what it is it's got it's a much stronger concentrate. It's wax stuff is a concentrate, so it's stronger than regular just flour.
Did you ever watch the Drunk and on Drugs Happy Fun Time?
Who are you guys this evening? Because you don't look happy.
I'm happy.
Okay, come on. Good night. Mike, come here. Come here for a second. I gotta ask you something. Are you the Michael Smith who lives inside that cooking show? Which Maury? Yeah, that's not me. That's not my name. That's not my name. No, I'm Potatoes. Potatoes O'Brien.
Okay, Potatoes. Listen,
Yeah.
you're
What?
super high right now.
Yes, I know that.
We need to get you home and help you.
You guys think that I need help?
Potato.
What?
The entire
Potatoes.
town's hooked on this blue shit you're
It's
making.
not potato. It's potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
He's lost his goddamn mind.
No.
You seen what's going on around this town? It's not good, and it's your fault.
No, I know. No, it's great. It's great. And it's exactly as planned, and things are going very well. Whoa. The cookies are ready. Cookies are ready. Excuse me.
There's cookies.
I don't care about cookies. We gotta deal with this. What are we gonna do here?
Got some delicious chocolate, not cookies. Whoa! You guys are gonna feel really, really special. Okay. A special feeling. That's what I'm talking about.
What about the TV show we're supposed to be shooting? What about the TV show we're supposed to be shooting?
This is the TV show, guys.
Yes. Oh, what?
This is the TV show. This is the show.
We're in the show, man.
No. This is the show. This is the show. You're in the show now. Yes.
We're in the show.
We're in the show. Yes. Yes. You're in the show.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it.
And I found it like it's so hyperkinetic. I found it hard to keep track of what was going on. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I guess they were kind of restless after doing the Trailer Park Boys for so many years because it kind of functions like a sitcom, and they wanted to venture into all this other territory. So, and I got into a debate in a Facebook group. So is the jail season, is that season 13? Do you think? Or is that too much of a detour?
I think it kind of takes the place of season 13 because it does take place after season 12, which I'm thinking that technically the animation series never technically happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's non-canon.
Yeah, it's non-canon. Woo. And so I may be mistaken, I may be wrong, but to my understanding, the jail series takes place after season 12, but it may not necessarily be season 13. Like, they still may be planning on doing that here eventually, and the jail series just, you know, takes place in between. But I'm thinking that if you look at it, I mean, they had Showcase in the beginning for the first 7 seasons to help fit the funding to make it, right? And then they had Netflix to fit the budget, basically. For the later series, you know, they don't have anyone right now. It's just them and what they're bringing in from SwearNet, basically. And so I imagine it was kind of cheaper to do it this way. Because,
they must have their own studio. I think they do.
Yeah, it's just one location. You know, there's only like 4 rooms they even shoot the whole thing in, you know. Yeah. And so it's definitely cheaper than filming on location in a bunch of different places and getting everyone involved. I mean, the only people that were involved are the 3 boys. Randy showed up like once or twice during it, and then a bunch of extras inside the jail. You know, no one. So I imagine
like the guy who was like the FedEx driver, and wasn't he the cook inside the jail? I recognized him. I know I've seen him in other parts of the series.
I know I recognized him before too from something. He totally reminds me of my one buddy Rob. He looks just like him. Buddy from Napa.
Or maybe he was the nurse who came to empty the bedpan while Trinity was getting married. He was like listening to loud. I think that might have been him. Yeah, because there are actors who have played repeat roles. Like in one episode they're a lawyer, another episode they're selling ice cream, kind of thing. It's like, no, I think there's a judge who appears as other characters. Yeah, there's a few of that, some of that.
Well, that definitely happens because what's his face? Oh God, what's his face? The guy who played the chief of police. George
Green or
no, not George Green. Remember when he was getting?
Oh yeah,
the musician.
Maury Jacobs. I passed on the street, and I regret that I missed up on the chance to meet him because he was in this movie I like a lot called Whale Music, and he's a really good actor. I wish I had gone up and introduced myself.
Yeah, for sure. But he plays the police chief. He also plays the drunk male cop who's reading them their rights in Countdown to Liquor Day. So I mean.
Well, most of the cops in that show are secretly gay and secretly like drunk or high.
Yo, what's up with that? Are all the cops in Canada gay?
I don't know well, not necessarily, but in that show, everyone seems to have the potential, at least. You know.
Well, I guess I don't know, but I'm guessing that's kind of a running joke on the fact that like we're all kind of like homoerotic. You know what I'm saying? Like we all play gay. Like especially white like white guys a lot do it down here where I'm from. We play gay even though we're not really, like grab ass, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking like my buddy Kevin, you know, I fake flirt with him all the time, and
you know, people, if you were to draw a picture of Kevin, or maybe just insert a photo of him, and every time we talk about him, his photo's up, and so he's like this mysterious figure nobody sees appear on the videos, but he
maybe I'll flash. I'll flash a picture of him.
If he finally does it, the whole episode should be dedicated to him, like the Kevin episode. You know what I'm saying? We meet Kevin at last. You know,
Kevin finally shows up.
he was too shy to get up on stage when they had the belly contest. Is he generally shy?
Yes.
So do you think he's kind of drawn on this, or?
No, we'll see. I don't know about that. I mean, kind of.
I would be too self-conscious to show my stomach on stage like that too. But I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So, whoa.
Whoa, party foul.
Oh,
You can now.
Yeah, but did you ever hear about the guy who did appear on TV via Zoom, and he assumed at one point that because they weren't talking to him that they weren't showing him on TV, and he started jacking off to porn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, everyone saw.
Oh heck, what was his name? Why am I drawing a blank? I just talked about him on my show a little while back.
Yes. What is he, a political commentator?
Yeah. He worked for CNN. He still works for CNN, and he worked for somebody else. And yeah, he thought they went to break. He thought everyone was on break, and frickin' decided to crank down because he thought everyone was on break. And it just kind of blows my mind. It's like you're in the middle of a work Zoom call. You don't try to crank down unless you get turned on for some reason. Like, what was someone saying that got you so excited?
And when you're in that headspace, it's hard to venture out of it.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Hold on. CAUGHT. God.
Well, politicians are basically regular people with bigger egos. That's one way to understand them. They're just like us.
Jeffrey Toobin. That's his name. Jeffrey Toobin.
He was playing with his Toobin a little too much, too often. Yeah.
You should have seen the news the news clip, I guess you could call it, whatever. I'll splice it in. But anyway, when he got his job back at CNN after this.
Oh, they fired him for that?
He got fired because he works for a newspaper company and CNN. He did both, you know what I'm saying? Because like a writer, news guy. He got fired from the newspaper company because that's he was actually on. That's whose Zoom call they were all on, right? CNN let him go, on leave.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And, when they let him back, CNN let him back. I don't think the other company let him back, but when CNN let him back, he got interviewed by a news anchor woman, this blonde woman. And dude, it's so fucking awkward. Like when she has to explain, she goes, well, I guess I'll just do the honors and explain what happened to you. And so she's explaining to America how this man next to her got caught masturbating on a Zoom call. And she is visibly awkward, like uncomfortable with this whole fucking thing, and he's just sitting there like, yep.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Help yourself.
Okay. In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera. You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right, sad to say.
Okay, so let's start there.
Okay.
To quote Jay Leno, what the hell were you thinking?
Well, obviously, I wasn't thinking very well or very much, and it was something that was inexplicable to me. I think one point, I wouldn't exactly say in my defense, because nothing is really in my defense. I didn't think I was on the call. I didn't think other people could see me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stupid thing to do, but you know what? Politicians are just as likely to be as freaky as anyone else, you know what I'm saying? There's probably all kinds of weird shit that some of them are doing behind closed doors. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we occasionally do hear about stuff like that. Though it usually just makes headlines if they're doing it, if they're married and they do it with other people. But,
the New Yorker, that's the paper that he worked for.
Oh, the New Yorker. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a really stuffy magazine, too, man.
Yeah.
It's like Woody Allen and people like him read that magazine.
Yeah, here's the news briefing. There's no defense for my conduct. Jeffrey Toobin addresses masturbating on work call in first CNN appearance since October. And here's that poor blonde woman, dude. She's just like, she's so uncomfortable with this. Oh,
people have offended. I mean, I wouldn't condone that behavior, but I'm not offended. It doesn't bother me. I'm not angry or hurt by it. It's just
no. I as a guy, I couldn't care less. But
I think women tend to react more strongly to that, I guess.
Well, I mean, unwanted. Trust me. There's plenty of girls that like watching that type of stuff. But they gotta want to.
There's this crazy clip, and I don't think we wouldn't be able to run it on YouTube unless we found a way to do some blurring, some visual censorship, because this news anchor he's doing a streeter and he interviews this woman, and she is just bizarre. And at one point she says that she's high, and then a few seconds later she starts taking all her clothes off and shit. It was just an insane moment.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if iMovie has the feature of being able to put blurs on certain things, but does your software have that?
Yeah, totally can.
Or maybe like a black rectangle over the naughty parts, because
yeah, no, I can totally blur and block things out and stuff.
Yeah, it's so weird. Go. Toronto's got a few people like that around, though they're not usually naked. Oh, did you know it's legal for women to go topless in this city? By the way,
really?
You never ever see it. In fact, most people don't even remember that it's legal. But the year they enacted that legislation, a few women did it to be like funny or provocative or whatever. A couple strippers sat outside the strip clubs they were working at, but then it went away. You never ever see it now. So, yeah, women have the option of being topless, but ultimately it is a big city. I guess they don't feel safe or something.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of creepos out there.
Oh yeah, this woman my mother was once friends with. So here in Toronto, there's a park called High Park, and her friend went there to do some sunbathing, and she's laying there in a bikini, and I think she kind of dozed off at some point. She opens her eyes, and this guy's standing in front of her jerking off. So
really,
some perverts up here. Yeah.
What a creep! Just like right over her, just
totally. Yeah. Man. That's definitely one thing that sucks about being a woman, is just some guys just do shit like that, and you gotta deal with it.
Charged them.
Oh yeah, that's totally illegal.
That's how you do it. I don't mean like with the police. I mean, she should have been like, "Hey, fucker, you owe me $100. Pay me."
Yeah, blackmail, yeah. Blackmail.
She should have charged him. Pay me, motherfucker. So I just sent you a video, a YouTube link. It's when Jeffrey Toobin that CNN interview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where the blonde woman's having it.
Is the footage of him doing the masturbating, is that available, or is that too,
No. I don't know. I mean, it's probably out there somewhere.
Because there's almost anything you'd ever watch is on the internet somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
The only two things the two things I really want to see are that and the episode of the David Letterman show on the day of 9/11. He won't allow it to be shown anywhere. I don't know why, but maybe it's because like Dan Rather started crying because he was talking about like how brave the firefighters were. He maybe didn't want to embarrass him or something, but he just doesn't want to release that show.
Dude, I totally remember exactly where I was on that day too.
Yeah. Well, I woke up, and back then I woke up at around like 10 in the morning. I turn on the TV, and like every channel is just this image of buildings and everything.
Yeah, no, I was still in bed, and the girl that I was seeing at the time, she worked for the Balloons Above the Valley, which is like a hot air balloon company. And if you know about hot air balloons, they go out really early in the morning, And so she was leaving for work at like 3 in the morning because they're leaving at like 4:30 to frickin' go out. Like people are in balloons by 5 and stuff, And but anyway, she called me early in the morning. I mean, it was only like 7 or something. It was still kind of early. West Coast time, and she was like, "Hey, you need to get up and turn on the TV." And I'm like, "What?" You know, she's like, "Dude, something's happening. You need to see that." And I'm like, "Well, what channel do I turn on?" She's like, "Any fucking channel. You know, just turn on the TV." And she wasn't playing Nickelodeon, Animal Planet, freaking
channels
you
that
name it.
normally show news. Yeah.
They all had it on, dude, and like I was just, next thing you know, I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I was just enthralled. I didn't get out of bed. I sat right there the whole day with my bong, just staring at the TV, watching that shit, going, "Oh my god!"
And nobody knew what was going to happen next. Like, were there going to be more attacks?
Nope.
Like, you know, it was like that was like the modern era is Pearl Harbor, and so yeah.
Yeah, it kind of was.
First, but I mean, the war happened afterwards. But yeah, it's it was a really fucked up day. That's for sure. Yeah, in fact, here in Toronto, like people were leaving their workplace early because they didn't know how widespread the attacks were. Like they didn't know if World War III was being able to break out, and it was fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Canadians are not prepared for World War III. You guys are, I would say. Your military is pretty huge and it's pretty strong. But no, we're fucked.
Well, don't worry, Canada. We ain't gonna let nothing happen to you guys.
Well, we got space on our side. I don't mean outer space. I mean like wide open spaces. So it's
well, you also got like the good maple syrup. So I mean,
oh yeah,
we definitely ain't let nothing happen to that supply.
Get them to watch Trailer Park Boys with us, and then
that's right.
The camaraderie will bring us together.
Dude, you guys got fucking Trailer Park Boys and Letterkenny and fucking Fubar, bro.
Making some fucking Keystone. Oh, give her by the river. Oh.
We ain't letting nothing happen to you guys.
Oh yeah, and apparently stronger beer too. So weaker cigarettes, but stronger beer. That's what I read once anyway.
I don't know, dude. I mean, we got some pretty strong beers down here.
You smoked for a long time. Smoked cigarettes for a long time.
Cigarettes? Right? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What brand did you smoke?
My brand normally, Camel Reds were what I smoked a lot.
Is that a really strong cigarette?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a fucking wide no filter, which I knew buddies who smoked Camel wide no filters. Man, they're fucking they're extra fat. And they have no filter. And
is that a macho thing? Is it?
I don't know.
You can take.
Yeah, dude. Like that shit was just so harsh, man. They were like, dude. It was like fucking sucking on the back of this thing, bro. Like,
see, that to me is like chugging a whole 40 ounce of Jack Daniels. Just go to that.
Shit out of that.
Jesus Murphy there, fucking Ray.
Kojak got a wig on. Right?
So that's the same kind of behavior, right? Just like showing off and say,
"Oh yeah, I do that."
Well, is that your intention initially, or is it just, the ball starts rolling and you just can't stop? Or
sometimes it's either or. Like it depends. Sometimes you're showing off. Sometimes you're by yourself and the ball just starts fucking rolling downhill, and you're just like, have
you ever done a chug off like they did in season 10? Was it? I think. Leslie Dancer and Leahy, they had to chug off, and they're both taking shots to see who will last the longest.
A drink. I definitely done drinking competitions and shit like that. We've done that for sure.
Did you win?
Oh yeah, dude. I'll drink most people. I'll drink most groups of people.
What was the objective? Like to keep doing until someone passes out or something?
Yeah, passes out or taps out or throws up. Anything along those lines. But I mean, more. You got to remember, dude. I drink like fucking. When I drink for those 2 or 3 days, I drink like fucking 4 or 5 bottles and shit when I do it, dude. Fuck, you don't even know it, dude. Like I drink, bro.
So when you're on a bender, do you sleep? Like, do you sleep during that time?
Yeah. I sleep, but I don't sleep for long. Like I sleep for like a chunk of hours, and then that's it. Like I don't pass out for, fucking 13, 14 hours or anything. I pass out for like 4 or 5, and then I get up and I keep going, and then
Well, one thing I don't miss about booze is that it made me really the stupidest person in the world.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Oh, I'm going for the high score.
Well, actually,
Morgan's
got the high score.
Hey, man, your clock won't flush.
I was so fucking stupid on booze, dude. It's like, it definitely killed brain cells, that's for sure. So I don't miss that. I mean, weed makes you think you're brilliant. So there's that at least. And sometimes people are...
What are you talking about? Weed makes me brilliant.
It can make people philosophical. At least does beer make you philosophical? I don't think so. Or if you try to, you just sound like an idiot. You're just a stupid guy thinking he's smart, trying to be smart, but he's
I don't know. See, that's because most people drink against the grain of the liquor.
Oh, you
got to drink with the grain of the liquor, and then you got to let the liquor do the thinking.
Well, have you ever been drunk and you walked into a store and thought, showtime, with the whole I'm going to rock around and act like an asshole.
Right? I usually walk in there and go, hi, I'm Bobby Boxhead. This is my friend Weldy Face.
I'm going to make the cashier laugh, but you're totally not.
Right? I'm just here to collect some money and liquor for charity.
Yeah.
It's really fun going to a bank. Hey, going to a bank, you need one where there's a lot of people in there, and then just at the top, like a big one. Can't be a small bank. 'Cause, it's got to make sense that you can be loud and go in there and just be like, this will only take a minute.
Listen up, this will only take a second. It's a hold-up. Is anybody...
Oh, jeez.
And when everyone's done fucking freaking out and hitting the floor, and like the security guard sliding his gun across the floor to you and everything, just look at him and go, where's the bathroom?
Oh, did you ever see Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Oh, yeah.
I love that part where Will Ferrell goes to slide across the police car hood, but he only makes it like halfway across. And he falls off. That was fucking hilarious. Will Ferrell is a funny motherfucker. He is real. It's funny, and I'm not saying this to diss him at all, but you look at him and you know you're gonna start laughing soon. He's really funny.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is gold. I think Will Ferrell. Yeah, I think Will Ferrell is what Seth Rogen wanted to be.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Yeah, you know Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah, Seth Rogen can be funny, but more in a low-key way, whereas Will Ferrell can be funny in more of a ostentatious is not the word, but flamboyant way, like more extroverted, more energy.
Will Ferrell can also make something funny.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how. I don't think Seth Rogen can really do that. Like Seth Rogen was kind of funny in Pineapple Express. Other than that, he hasn't really been funny in much of it.
Is that a good movie? Opinion.
Pineapple Express, I enjoyed it. He was also all right in the movie This Is the End, but that's just because I actually think that movie was only good because of the rest of the cast. I'm not a big Seth Rogen fan. I used to kind of like the guy, but I don't really anymore. And
there's one of my favorite TV shows is called Freaks and Geeks, and he was one of the stars. You saw that? He was perfect for that role, but I don't think he's perfect for every role. Some actors are so versatile, they can do almost anything. And Will Ferrell, in terms of comedy, that's definitely true. That movie, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Not every actor might have been able to sell that like he did. He made that really funny.
Yeah, he did.
I love that his race car was sponsored by Wonder Bread. And
Blades of Steel was great. Yeah, dude. That was hilarious.
They're walking up the stairs on the skates, because that is what happens when you're wearing skates, but you're not on ice. It's really you're just wobbling.
Chaz Michaels.
Yes, Steve Carell is another guy who's like so funny. Like you're laughing before he says anything. Like just the way he delivers it all, you know.
Oh yeah, Steve Carell is hilarious, dude.
Like he was brilliant on The Office. That was genius.
Oh, The Office was great. The Office was great. Did you ever see what was that Date Night with him and Tina Fey?
I never saw that. Was that good?
Oh my god, you gotta see that one. That one's funny. They're like an old married couple who decides to steal these reservations because they go to this restaurant and they can't get in, and they're sitting there and they hear the dude calling them, hey, Johnson's, or, you know, that's not really what the name, but you get my book. Hello, you know, and they don't come up, and he goes, and he looks at the wife and goes, that's us. And so they steal these reservations, and then a bunch of shit happens because the gangsters think that they're the people, right? So then they're being chased and shot at, and all kinds of shit happens. And all they actually did was just steal somebody's reservations. So now everyone thinks that they're that couple. And it's funny, dude. It's pretty funny, but it's a wild. So it's a date night, you know, the name of that one. But I mean, he's been a lot. I mean, like 40-Year-Old Virgin. You can't. I mean, that was pretty
he was
funny.
good in that too. Yeah,
you know, he was pretty good in that. And see, that's the thing. Seth Rogen's in that, and I wouldn't say that he was funny very much.
He's refillable. I can see other people playing his character easily. You
know, he was pretty good as the cop in Superbad. I'll give him that.
I don't remember that. Well, but you know, in the Kevin Smith movie, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, he was really perfect for that. Like, you know, did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember the scene where Zack and Miri had sex, and I bet that scene was very hard to do because they had to figure out a way to show them having sex, but to also convey that they had deeper feelings for each other than they may have been able to accept. And they pulled it off so well, and Seth Rogen was a big part of pulling it off. If the actor had gotten it wrong, it would have totally thrown that scene out of balance and ruined it. But he performed it beautifully. It was beautifully done, I thought.
That wasn't too bad. I forgot that was a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, it was.
Was that?
If that scene had not worked, the rest of the movie, it would have been totally derailed by it. So, you know, I got to tip my hat off to him for that, at least. Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say, so watching the pilot totally changed my view of the rest of the series now. See, there's that scene at the beginning where the dog's barking and Ricky's angry at it and he's threatening to kill it. What?
Shut up! You better shut up or I'll come out there after you. I swear to God, I'll kill every one of you!
Ricky, would you shut up? Go to sleep! Stop fucking barking!
Ricky, what are you shooting at?
Fuck up!
Squirrels and dogs and assholes!
Ricky, shut up!
Ricky! Hold your fire! What are you doing? Shh, listen. Asshole. Ricky, what are you doing? You're trying to get some sleep. You want to go back to jail? Do you want to go back to jail? Listen to this stuff. Listen to that asshole over there. Get in the car.
I'm fucking fired!
Get in there. Shut up. So everyone would shut the fuck up out there. Ricky. What are you doing? Assholes. Ricky! Listen, give me that gun. You don't know what it's like living in a car. You only get insects and animals.
Well, that's what you gotta deal with when you live in a car.
I can't sleep.
Go to sleep. You know what? You're moving out of here tomorrow.
Why?
Because you're driving me nuts. You're shooting guns off in the middle of the night.
It's not a big deal
Think,
to me.
Ricky,
I can't
think.
sleep is the problem.
Go to sleep.
Can I have the gun back in case anything happens?
No more of this shit.
I won't fire it unless I absolutely have
You're
to.
not gonna fire it at all. Go to sleep. Idiot. Here.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up! Ricky! Put that thing away!
Well, I thought to myself, wait a minute, that wasn't an idle threat. He used to make money killing dogs. So he was fucking serious, man.
Yeah, he's serious. He was shooting for that dog, dude.
And Julian, that's why Julian like reacted the way he did. He's like, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna start killing animals. And
yeah, and then Corey and Trevor come over looking for dope, like fucking usual. But yeah. So the episode, season 1, episode 2, it was the one. Where
speaking of Trevor, there's that scene where there's like, remember that there's that big commotion at Julian's place because people are coming out with their hand out and shit. And at one point, Trevor appears and the rock ball started like pushing him around. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. And they never explained that. I'd be interested to hear what went on.
Open the door, mister! Bring up, Bubble!
Or unless they're just shooting the guy, I don't know.
I think they're just fucking. Well, they're just trying to make commotion and make it loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because that's what's supposed to set Julian off in that scene. Is just everyone's on his front yard being loud, and he wants everyone to go away. But yeah, you're right. It's like out of the blue, fucking Rockpile and fucking Trevor show up.
That was some grade school shit too. To surround a guy and push. Had this guy pushes him, that guy pushes him.
and Bubbles and Ricky are fighting. Go fuck yourself, Ricky.
Bubbles, get off my property.
Go fuck yourself, Rick.
They didn't get along in that episode at all. Like they got into a fight and.
Bubbles, freak off and get off my property. You fucking want one?
I was at a party a long time ago at Ricky's house, and I think Lucy was about 18 or something.
Yeah.
Bubbles lent him his cat, and Ricky wouldn't give it back, and...
Well, it's one of them's dead.
I don't give a flying fuck. I didn't never said you could keep him.
What the hell are you doing waking me up so early?
No cat of mine's gonna live in a car. Julian?
Both of you guys, shut up!
Ricky won't give me my kitty.
Ricky, give him his cat!
It's my cat now.
I don't care. Give him his cat!
Look, see that? You know why that plant's dead? Because a squirrel peed in it. That's why I need the cat. It protects my weed plants. I got 4 plants left, guys. That's all I got left in my life. Please, let me have one cat to protect my plants.
Yeah, dude, what did Bubbles say? All I know, Ricky, is if you let something go and it comes back, you own it. And if it doesn't, you're an asshole.
Here's what I know, Ricky. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, you own it. If it doesn't, you don't own it. And if it doesn't, you're an asshole, just like you.
Stay in the cat. Bubbles, take your cat.
Yep, and then he mentioned, and then he reminded them of that when it came time to set Steve French free. So that came up again twice.
Yep, that's true. That's very true. But yeah, if I can remember.
I love the whole thing with Ricky's entitlement. You're leaving here tomorrow. Why? It's like baffled, but he has no self-awareness.
Get off my lawn. Hey, all I know is you gave me a week, dude.
This is my car, this is my property, and this is my toaster. I want you out of here. I can't believe you just did that. Those are the good kind, $8.
I'm not joking, Ricky.
Yeah, well, you forgot about something. You gave me 1 week's notice, so this is my property for the next week, not yours.
Yeah, right. He owns it, yeah.
Hey, what do you say? Fuck community college. Why don't you just come get drunk and eat chicken fingers with me and the old man? He's going to be here in 20 minutes.
Look, I know you're stressed out, but don't worry about it, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to get drunk and eat chicken fingers. Me, you, and the old man is going to be here in about 20 minutes.
And Julian's like, no getting drunk with Ray on my property, eat chicken fingers. You hear me? Fucking no. And he leaves, and the very next scene is just Ray sitting there bobbing his head.
I'm warning you, Ricky. No blues music, no Ray on my friggin' lawn drunk, and no chicken fingers. Don't test me.
I gotta tell you a story about a chick I know. What the hell did I call Joe? But all the cats around our town call her B.I.
Shit.
Well, she's a walking, talking maid for golfing, made the dog run for the
What are you doing, Julian? The chicken fingers aren't even cooked. Want us to get sarsaparilla or something, you dick?
I love Lucy's hypocrisy, claiming to have these high standards. She must be with a guy who can provide. But the minute Ricky shows like 4 weed plants and a shitty car with a door missing, she's like
a straight derelict car.
Jumps in with him, smiling and shit. Wicked.
Oh, dude.
Car
I can't
fuck.
stand her. I can't stand Lucy.
Lucy, she's a trailer park hoe.
She was so especially not hot back then. Like, at least when she got her boob job, she became a little hotter, in my opinion. And yes, that's like, I'm sounding like a boobist or something. but still, like, I still can't stand her regardless.
No, I get it. There's this one weird detail. If I ever got to like to pick the brains of the people who made the show, I'd ask them what the hell it was. So the scene where Julian stops by Lucy's place to try to tell her that Ricky wants to marry her, and he's trying to persuade her to go along with it. There's this weird noise in the background. It sounds like a kid making some strange noise. Have you ever noticed that?
I don't know. Was it Trinity maybe? Because I know she's in the other room.
I don't know, but it was a really strange noise that kids make because kids are insane.
Kids are insane.
They do really
awesome,
bizarre
though.
shit.
Oh yeah.
If you watch a child for like 2 hours, they're gonna do some of the weirdest, do and say the weirdest shit you're ever going to witness in your life.
Yeah. But sometimes they say some pretty profound stuff too that makes you go, from the mouth of babes, you know?
Well, it's like the philosophy, keep it simple, stupid, right? Sometimes you have to see things in very plain, simple terms to really understand them.
Dude, I remember this one time I was really going through something. Like, I was really upset. The girl I was seeing was cheating on me, and fucking, like, I was getting ready to lose my job, and like a bunch of shit was I was just going through it one time, and I was sitting there really depressed and upset. And then my buddy's little kid, he must have been about 4 or 5. You know, I think he was about 4. He walks up to me, he's asking me, "Uncle, what's going on?" You know, I was like, I'm really upset, man. Things aren't going so well right now. I'm just upset. He looks at me and goes, "Well, sometimes crayons are red and sometimes they're blue." And I just looked down at him, and like instantly, like it just made made so much sense. I was like, you know what? You're right, buddy. Like, basically, like, you can't bitch and whine about it. Like, sometimes crayons are red and sometimes they're blue, you know? And I got it, dude. I was just like, wow. Out of the mouth of babes. That's some profound shit right there, little man. That's like some freaking what's his name? Fucking, I can't even think right now. I'm stoned. The fucking philosopher guy. But not fucking like Nostradamus shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I think these days a lot of people are measuring their success by thinking, "Well, I'm not homeless." I think so many people are struggling now that I think that comes across their thoughts. Like, the new success is being able to have a 1-bedroom apartment. That's a status now, which is sad.
Really,
that's what it said.
There ain't nothing wrong with being homeless. Like, I can set you up with a homeless camp that'll blow your fucking dick in the dirt, you know?
But your climate is much more suited to being homeless.
Oh, of course. Like, you would not want to be homeless in like the Northeast.
Oh, no.
Where you guys are at. No.
Even up here, to live in a house that had no electricity would be terrible right now. So,
yeah.
you know.
Like,
did you ever squat? Did you ever like go and stay?
Oh yeah. There was an abandoned house down in Napa that we squatted in for like 6 months. Yeah, it was hidden and like, dude, you couldn't even see it from the road. It was like overgrown with trees and bushes and shit. Like, it was like you had to walk through a jungle to get to it. Me and a buddy of mine found it one night, just all hammered, trying to cut a shortcut to our run to this chick's house, and fucking we're cutting through these bushes and stuff, and came across this like fucking just rundown little shack. I mean, but it was like a 3-bedroom, but it was just like, it wasn't
furnished?
huge.
Empty or furnished?
Yeah, no, there's a piano and all kinds of shit in there, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Fucking
go to a place like that. That'd be amazing.
There was like a silver platter that I brought out to the floor, and like I used to like make fires in the middle of the living room on top of this silver platter so we could heat the house. And fucking, there was mattresses, like, so we drug mattresses. There's mattresses, beds, and everything in there. We drug all the mattresses around and put them in different parts of the house. Like, one buddy had one room, another buddy had another room, I had another room. Then we put like 2 mattresses in the living room, one up behind the front door to keep the front. And then I remember when I was searching around in that house, dude, I ended up finding a key in one of the drawers that worked for the back door and the front door. So like I would lock the front door and lock the back door, and I'd take the key with us when we leave. So like we had a key to that house for a while, and that was cool.
Well, I guess when you get into the whole subject of squatters' rights, if a place like that, if it doesn't belong to anybody, if no one's expressed interest in buying it, the government's not going to do anything with it. What's wrong with letting homeless people stay there? No,
and there used to be squatters' rights in California. I don't know if there probably still is. I mean, if anyone's going to keep it around, it's going to be California. But yeah, I mean, you used to be able to and that was the thing. You're right. It had to not be owned by somebody, and then they're just letting it sit there, and then you could technically move in. But I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I haven't checked into it. Maybe I'll look right now.
Oh, and it occurred to me today because I was working on a case for Human Monsters that they do have trailer parks in Europe. In the UK, they call them caravan spots. They refer to the trailer itself as a caravan. So they had trailer parks there, and it sounds like they're more or less the same as they are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclusive possession. The squatter must have occupied the property exclusively. Open and notorious. A squatter making an adverse possession claim must not try to hide the fact that they are living there. Hostile claim and property law hostile. I don't know. That's cut short. Squatters' rights. So I guess there are some. Are squatters' rights a real thing? Let's see what this says. Squatters' rights are indeed a real thing, although it happens very rarely these days. As defined by state statute, a person can rightly claim law under some circumstances, and it usually turns on abandonment and actual practical use. Yeah, so basically the place has to be fully abandoned, and no one's doing anything with it. No companies bought the property and plans on tearing it down, shit like that,
You know where I've seen a lot of those houses is Niagara Falls, and I suspect it's because degenerate gamblers, fucking mortgaging their houses or just putting up the house for a bet. I think a lot of those abandoned houses are probably because of gambling. So there are casinos there, and some people are,
I always see in the movies, and it always makes me go, man, I wish I lived in a city with one of with the whole abandoned buildings, where it's like a big building and it's abandoned, and you see them. They got they turned the fucking one of the floors into one room. It's like a
yeah.
Like the basement is like a really cool room with lights and shit.
One thing that's weird about North Korea is that they have a lot of empty buildings, a lot of empty condos and stuff. China too. China has hundreds of empty condos.
Well, that's communism right there, buddy. That's why.
Well, I mean, here, when a real estate developer here decides they want to build a condo, what they do first is they put the units up for sale, and if enough people buy them, then they build the condo. Whereas the developers in China, they just went and built them all, and not everybody filled them up. So, but yeah, squatting.
Most people over there can't afford to do all that stuff, because of communism.
So with the house you squatted in, so I guess you must not have stayed up very late, right? Because there's no lights except maybe candles or something.
Well, yeah, we totally had candles, and then like I said, remember most nights, especially when it was cold, I built that little fire in the middle of the room on that big silver platter that I found, and so that would light up the room a bit. And then we'd sit around and bullshit and get stoned and get high or do drugs or whatever and fucking party and until we all slowly passed out, And this was early 2000s, so I'm talking maybe 01, So smartphones with fucking smart screens and Netflix on your phone really wasn't a thing yet. So we didn't have all that, and usually, one person might have a phone, if you're lucky, and frickin' you can just use that to make phone calls. And so we'd call certain people to come pick us up in the morning. And then during that time we were going to the lake a lot.
Fun fact: the Nokia cell phones, those thick ones, that's actually the biggest selling cell phone of all time.
Yeah.
So because they lasted a long time, and a lot of older people never wanted smartphones, so they just kept using them. And
well, also for a long time, it was like the only phone.
Yeah, they're probably cheap.
So everyone had one at one point. Oh yeah, they were like $10 or something. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, and then remember it had that one game, Snake.
Snake, yeah.
Where you just push the 2, 6, 9, and 3, and just move the snake around. And as the longer you went, the longer the snake got. And you had to.
I wonder how hard it is to make an app. Like, I wonder if you have to be an actual computer programmer, or if there's like software that enables you.
I would imagine you need to be a programmer. I mean, at my school, they have a whole degree on app making, you know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So I would imagine
when you consider that there are like games that are like almost at the level of World of Warcraft, and it's in an app, that would probably take a fuckload of work, a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. Well, games like that, like you're gonna need modelers and all kinds of stuff to be able to model it out and set it up. And
is that so World of Warcraft? Is that a thing where there's no beginning, middle, and end? Like that's an infinite thing you can just play forever, or is that
I never really played World of Warcraft, but yeah, I think so. It's ongoing. They're always adding new expansions and new updates, and so new areas and new quests and new things, and it's a open world with stuff to do. I mean, there's a lot of games like that, like let's see, your Destiny 2. I've been playing Destiny 2 off and on. Like I haven't played it in like a month, but I play it periodically. Like we'll be getting on here pretty soon with the same guys. I've been playing it for like 4 or 5 years. Same character. I have the same character. You know, it's leveled up. You know, and all that stuff. And then you know, like Assassin's Creed. Some Assassin's Creed games are like that. Like the new Valhalla. Dude, I just I've now got over 200 hours put into that freaking game since I got it, you know, a couple years ago. You know, chunking at it a few hours every now and then. And
yeah, one thing I've asked myself over the years is that some people have serious video game addiction, where it's like every moment they're not spending at work or in the bathroom or something, they're gaming. It's just that's consumed their entire life. Is it bad, or if they're happy living that way, do you think that's fine?
No, if they're happy living that way, it's fine. I mean, what's the difference from watching Netflix or doing a podcast? You know, I mean, that's just how they like to spend their time.
It's like they say, but he doesn't have a girlfriend. That's why he's happy.
Exactly.
The game is satisfying his needs. The game's not nagging him or fucking criticizing.
Right here, I got a joke for you along them lines. How long does it take for a girl to orgasm?
How long?
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, why is that my responsibility to know?
Well, when they figure out how to create like sexual games that can somehow make you feel the pleasure in real life.
Oh yeah, dude.
What gamer would want to even try to get laid after that, right?
I already have an idea for the Fucktendo joysuit.
There must be something they can do where they could put like a chip in your brain, and when you activate the equipment, it triggers certain feelings. So they could probably do that, where you could do a virtual reality sex session.
Well, I mean, they've got, controllers and things can vibrate, can do all kinds of stuff, man. And so it's like, why can't you have like a fleshlight cylinder that you put over your guy? You know what I'm saying?
Like
every time the game, like every time the game interacts, it does its business on you.
Another idea I had is erotic hypnosis, and what it consists of. You see, when you're hypnotized, you're very vulnerable and suggestible, and no matter what a person says, you're going to visualize it, and it's going to feel real. And so if they can just have a woman say sexual things, and you will get aroused. That could happen because you are that suggestible when you're hypnotized. A person can dump any idea into you, and you'll believe it. So I'm surprised nobody else has thought of this, actually.
Very true, very true. I don't know though. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not so sure if I'm a person who actually truly believes in hypnotizing. I believe. Let me rephrase that. I believe that some people can be hypnotized, and that's just because. So he says, right? I mean, can you promise me that that's not a planted person in the crowd that he calls up on stage? See, I don't know. I guess you have to be wanting and willing, and
you have to be open to it, yeah.
And open to it for it to work is what they say. Which I would be open and willing to allowing it happen. I just don't think that it could, and I don't think that anyone would be able to hypnotize me.
The only thing is, make it possible so that the girl who's conducting the session doesn't have to look at the guy because he's probably going to start jerking off, right?
Very true. You know, I mean, I don't want to say that I think it's, you know, you have to be like low IQ or something, but like, I don't know. I just, like, I couldn't see someone like, you know, Dr. Jordan Peterson being hypnotized, you know?
Yeah, probably not.
He's too fucking smart for that. You know?
Well, he says he's high in agreeableness, so maybe he would, you know?
Very true. And I'm definitely not saying that I'm as smart as Dr. Jordan Peterson. I'm definitely not. But I'm a smart guy, and I don't. And maybe it wouldn't work on me because I don't think it would, you know?
Yeah, if you
that makes sense.
A mental block, yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this in a strip club before? Like, it looks like a urinal, but it's like made of wood. I saw this at a strip club once, and I was like, I asked my friend, like, what the hell is that about? He said it's for guys to go and jerk off.
Wait, what?
I'm not joking, dude. The strip club had little stalls for men to jerk off, and I could never. I don't think a lot of guys would actually do that.
Oh, you would be surprised more.
And also, I'm not like Trevor and Corey at a strip club. I don't have a fucking raging hard on.
Corey, Trevor, let's go with some drinks.
Boy, sit down. Corey and Trevor, they got big erections on them. Everybody noticed them.
Jesus Christ, boys! Get up with the fucking erection!
I mean, to be completely honest, they didn't put it in there because it wasn't needed. You know, guys are probably just jerking off everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, bastards, here's a fucking funnel. Just shoot it in here, all right?
Or maybe they just shot off in the pants.
Woo. Oh. Man. I had a real harrowing bout with COVID this week.
Oh, yeah, so you're over it now?
I'm getting towards the tail end of it. My throat's actually a bit scratchy for the first time.
So you're recovering from it. You're not dying. You're just about that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You know, I mean, I got COVID. There's a chance I might have cancer. I got a big fucking mole thing on my head that wasn't there. You know, in the last like 3 years, it started developing. So I finally have said something. So I'm going to have it looked at on Wednesday. But yeah, there's that. And I mean, I always joke that I got Zika and West Nile virus. So I mean, you know, Ryan Dugan will understand the Zika joke if he still watches our show. There was a picture that him and I once took together outside his house, like a selfie, and the angle that we were at, you know Zika virus. You know how it has that like where the cranial where it shrinks the top of the head of like children.
Oh, yeah, like Beetlejuice on Howard Stern. Yeah.
Yes. The angle that I'm looking at, it looks like my head's going like, so it looks like the top of my head's very small. So it looked like I had Zika in that picture. I got to see if I can find that picture and I'll try to splice it in. And so Ryan joked for like a year that I had Zika. And so, and then I remember right after West Nile virus became a thing, I got bit by a mosquito. And my one buddy goes, "Oh, that's it, dude. Now you got fucking West Nile, bro." And so I always joke that I got West Nile and Zika, and well, now COVID and freaking potentially cancer. So maybe I am dying, Morgan. I don't even fucking know.
After you'll beat it. Well, hopefully I'll be coming out of my long phase of illness. I got to start lifting weights to get over the diabetes and high blood pressure, and I want the wounds on my feet to heal because it's been like over 2 years now. So,
Yeah.
Lucky
maybe
you
we
don't
should. Maybe we should start a little workout fucking regimen.
Yeah,
More
I
of
thought about buying weights, but most of the time when people buy exercise equipment for their home, they don't use it right. It collects dust. Whereas if you went on your way to go to the gym, you're not going to waste time with doing anything else. So
No, that's true. All you have to do is get. I mean, like if you're cool with other people being around while you work out, then yes, go to the gym. It's totally worth it. But if you're uncomfortable working out in front of people, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having your own weights. It's just you need to use them, And so, that's why we could always set up a little fucking workout Skype call, bro. We could do our sets right here on freaking chat. We could do the workout hour, right? We'll start the workout show. Why not, bro?
Maybe I'll do some research to find out how you do sit-ups without farting. That'd be a good chance.
You stick a cork in there, bro. That's how you do it.
That, or maybe you just rehearse first to get it out.
Yeah, my luck, you wind up shooting the cork, fucking busting the window out or something.
Well, I saw a video on YouTube, one of those fitness shows where the women are wearing leotards, and the women, they all sat up so that she could do a spoken segment, and she farted, like everyone could hear it. So it happens to everybody, man.
It happens to everybody.
You're pumping it out.
That's right. Yeah, in with the good air, out with the bad air. Right?
Like I once heard Sylvester Stallone, I don't know if he still does it, but at the peak of his, physical conditioning, he would do an hour and a half of sit-ups. An hour and a half. Surely some gas was expelled during that time. That's a long time. That's a workout, dude. I don't know if he did that every day or.
God, dude. Well, I imagine. Have you seen the body the abs and the shit he had back during like Rocky and Rambo?
Especially Rambo. He was.
Oh my God, he's ripped, dude. Just cut like a mother.
Well, his thing was he would watch TV, and every time the commercials came on, he would do sit-ups during the commercials, and so on and on and so forth until he was done. Yeah. So. When
I was locked up, there was a dude in there, and he was jacked like that too. Cut, and you never saw him doing anything. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, bro, and it's the exact same thing. He just sat around and watched TV, and and then I actually started paying attention after me. But he was right. Same thing. Every time a commercial hit, he drops and does either push-ups or sit-ups, and he usually just alternates. And he does it the entire commercial break, whatever it is. He'll just drop and just start doing push-ups until the commercial ends. And then he gets up, or he didn't start doing sit-ups until the commercial ends, and then he do that every commercial all day long. And when you think about it, he's getting 20, 30, 40 in each commercial break, and you do that, you do 20 10 times. Shit, there's 200 sit-ups in one day right there, And trust me, you're getting more than 10 commercials in a couple hours sitting around in jail watching TV.
Sure.
So.
Did you have your own TV in your cell ever?
No, not where I was at this time. My first time I was locked up and I was down in Corcoran, I didn't have one, but my bunkie did, so we had one.
But you had to watch everything he wanted to watch, right?
Kinda, yeah. But I mean, it's pretty fair when you live in small quarters like that. Like people tend to vote and rule things. Sometimes like in larger, like where's domes, like the second place I went, the next time I was there, I went to Jamestown, and that's like a dorm environment. And so a lot of dorms do like race days. So like, this day it's the whites TV day, this day it's the blacks, this day it's the Asians. Yeah. So each race gets to pick what you watch for the whole day. And then there's not like 7 races there. There's like 4 or 5 predominant
Latinos,
races. Latinos, Asians, Indians, whites, and blacks, pretty much. Oh, and then the others, that's all others, which is usually Asians and Middle Easterns and anything other than Mexican, black, white. But anyway, then there's a few dorms like the one I was in, which I appreciate. It was more of a like a democracy type thing. Like it was every day was voted. Everyone got a vote, and you know, if you were outvoted, like I'm sorry, that's just how it rolls. So every night you'd vote for the shows of the week, and then we'd pick it. You know.
What was the most popular? What were the most popular shows in prison?
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, besides football, everyone watches football.
Oh, football.
Everyone, every dorm, everything.
Right.
Football. Yeah.
They gamble.
Oh yeah, big time gambling. Lots of gambling. You know, I don't know. Everyone's different. Like shows become popular, shows don't. Like, let's see here. What was some popular shows that got in the dorm I was in? Oh, you know what I ended up getting everybody into, which was really cool, was a show called Nature, which is on PBS, and it's just like a nature show. And every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, that shit was on. And I like you know, documentaries and educational things like that about nature and underwater and shit like that. And so I was able to get that in because everyone you know, most things you watch is bullshit. It's all bullshit, you know, like all our TV shows that we love, it's all bullshit. It's all fake, mind-numbing garbage, you know?
And shit.
Yeah, that's what we, you know. So I was like, come on, guys, like one educational programming, like just try watching it with me, man. And
were there any screenings of a Shawshank Redemption? I wonder, right?
No.
I wonder how they feel about it.
Actually, yeah, that shit comes on AMC all the time, or at least it used to. So I've definitely watched Shawshank while locked up. I've watched Shawshank locked up. You know what? One movie I always see while locked up, and I think it's probably because, you know, like when you're locked up, you know, there's not much else to do besides watch TV or, you know, whatever else you got to do around the place. But is Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that movie seems to always be on TV. Like a whole bunch of times. Like, yeah, you gonna eat your cornbread, boy?
You wouldn't get anything for cornbread in jail, would you?
Ain't nobody getting my cornbread. That'll be consequences and repercussions up in there.
Yeah, that's not something you want to have a double meaning.
That's right.
You want some cornbread?
You didn't get my cornbread, Claude.
I'm gonna toss my salad. Oh, is it a garden salad or a Greek salad? No, not quite.
It's a chef salad.
Yeah. How much salad can I have? You can take it all.
You can toss the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Ooh. My nose is getting itchy.
Did you get drunk or high while you were sick?
Oh yeah. Well, not drunk. I haven't had a drink in a while.
Being drunk and having that kind of illness, that would be disgusting, I think. Imagine waking up, you're hungover, and you've got that shit. That would be fucking horrible, right?
Yeah, I imagine it would be. I would say that the getting drunk part would nullify the sickness, like you wouldn't feel it. But you're right, the hangover would probably be kind of shitty.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, so I can agree with that on that one. Well, let's see here.
Oh, by the way, what ended the squatting period? What did you guys just leave or what?
Oh, dude, these two really old ladies just showed up one day.
Or did they once own it or know someone else?
Yeah, they did.
That must have scared the shit out of them, right? To see people in there?
Oh, yeah. No, dude, they all of a sudden, like, we wake up one morning and there's just people outside, man, and fucking we're sitting inside and there's, I think, me and my buddy Eno, and there was these two chicks there. I think that was it. And so we're sitting there and we're trying to figure out what to do. And next thing we know, this dude, it was the craziest thing ever, bro, because all of a sudden one of these dude, she had to been like 90, bro. She had to be like 90 or like 190. She was fucking old as dirt. And she comes out of the back hallway from like one of the back bedrooms. There's no doors even down there. I have no idea how she got even in the house. But she just comes out of the hallway and fucking we panic and we run into the front bedroom, which is right there off the living room where we were all standing. because she's opening the back door to let the other lady in. And, you know, the place is kind of thrashed. I'm not going to lie. We've been squatting in there for a while, you know, and there's no running water, no nothings, you know. So, I mean, like, things are backed up in places and, you know, there's shit in fucking the sink and, you know, well, there's not literally shit in the sink, but there's some shit in the toilet.
I thought you guys were like shitting in the sink.
well, we definitely shit in the toilet when we had to in the middle of the night, you know, and then you try to fucking pour water on it to see if it fucking washed down the pipes, but it didn't always, you know. And fucking, you know, we're sitting there in the front bedroom trying to figure out what to do, and fucking I just dawned on me. I looked up and the windows had like these screens that were like, they were nailed into the wood, you know what I'm saying? They weren't like a screen that you just pop in and out. Like, it was part of the fucking wall. And I just looked at fucking Eno, like the window was open, but it was the screen there. I said, Eno, go through that fucking screen right now. Dude, he just puts his hand forward, like Superman's right out that bitch. And so fucking I shoot the girls out the window to him, and then I fucking throw all our stuff out the window that we had in there, and fucking we go out the window and we take off. And I remember we get like a few blocks away, we're like, all right, we're out of here, cool. And then all of a sudden it dawns on me that I left my I had a nice glass bong, kind of like this one, but the one that I have, but bigger, and I left that there. Eno left some clothes there. Like, you know, we left a few things there. And so fucking Eno and I were like, fuck this, bro. Let's go back and get our shit. Let's go back. And the chicks were like, well, what about those ladies? They're going to be there. And I was like, Eno, it's not a problem, dude. This is what we're going to do. Dude, they're two old ladies. What can they really do? We're just going to walk in there, walk right up inside, grab our shit, and walk out. We're not even going to say a word to them. We're not going to look at them. Like, what are they going to do? They can't overpower us and tackle us, dude. You know, we were both like 19, 20 at the time. Like, you know, we were young and virile. And that's precisely what we did, dude. We fucking just walked, and they're like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Like, we probably gave those ladies fucking heart attacks, man. You know? But we just walked in there and just like grabbed our few things, grabbed my bong, grabbed his fucking clothes, and I think I had a few clothes there, and just grabbed a couple things that were right there off the floor, and we just turned around and walked back out, man. And they were just yelling, and we just walked down the driveway and left. And that was crazy.
One of the great things about the United States is that homeless guys can get girlfriends. That doesn't happen very often here, but it seems like there's quite a bit of it down there. In fact, my ex-girlfriend had a male friend who was couch surfing at her place and had a girlfriend at one point. And my ex-girlfriend, my more recent ex-girlfriend, she has a female friend who has a boyfriend. They were homeless for a while. Her friend's basically useless, right? And so, yeah, it seems like homeless dudes can get laid in the United States.
Well, I can, or could. I don't know. It's been a while, but I haven't tried.
And actually,
yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess it boils down to a few things. Like, you either have to be cute, or still charming and charismatic, or a big dick.
Well, actually, that girl who had the guy couch surfing, she told me she would live with me in a tent. There you go, right?
That's a keeper, bud.
It's a lot of. She was living in Tennessee, which isn't significantly warmer than Canada, but it's much milder weather.
Definitely.
It occasionally gets snow during winter, but for the most part, it's like fall here. That's what their winter's like. But it is hot summer.
I came up with a brilliant idea, Morgan, and I think it's what we need to do. We need to find a house, like a fucking 6 or 8 bedroom house somewhere, and just have nothing but a bunch of podcasters move in, and we can all just live there, and that could be the podcast house.
Honestly, yeah.
Everyone could pay a little bit of rent, and everyone can like have a bunch of studios in our rooms, and
or better yet, have a building constructed out back, and there's a podcast studio, and there's like a TV studio, and make like web series there.
Yeah, you know, and we can all just move in the whole Papa.
Yeah, I was thinking a while ago, like if I had the capital, but I would like rent a space and create a YouTube studio so that people could rent it for a day or whatever and shoot their little shows and just a versatile space. You can put a set in. You can shoot against green screen or do whatever you want.
Kind of like a record recording studio, but for podcasting and TV shows and shit.
Wouldn't be a really
That's
big
pretty cool.
place, but like if someone wanted to do like a political commentary show and they wanted it to look like really high-end professional, they could rent it for the day and they could use sets and all kinds of shit. Yeah. Well,
I like it. I like it. Fucking so
we you mentioned Pineapple Express earlier. I don't think we ever delved into the subject of great movies that are marijuana themed. You know, where pot is somehow at the kernel of the whole story. Like one of my favorites is a Cheech and Chong movie. I like Lost in Smoke, but or Up in Smoke, I should have said. But actually, I prefer Nice Dreams to that one. I found that a lot funnier. And the more I watch it, it is.
I don't know. That's hard to pick which fucking Cheech and Chong is. They're all classic. I love them all.
Yeah. I love how
Nice Dreams is really funny, dude.
I love how that movie, it really has no plot. It's just a bunch of random events, but there's some fucking funny ass scenes in there.
I mean, Up in Smoke's the classic, so I mean, Still Smoking was really good too.
Yeah, I never saw that one. So you said Pineapple Express is a good film, you said?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. It's funny. It's cool.
I watched Half-Baked. I watched Half-Baked because it was made here in Toronto.
Half-Baked was funny.
In fact, the scene where they show them as little boys trying pot for the first time, I lived just down the street from that place. But I don't know. I don't remember being overly impressed with that movie. No.
What, dude? I loved it. I was like a teenager, and I saw that movie in theater with some buddies, and fuck, dude, I loved that movie. Like, we used to fucking I used to want to live that movie, bro. I used to talk about doing a sequel called Fully Baked because they're half baked in the original. I don't know, man. Half Baked was the shit. I mean, what's another real good stoner movie? Oh, I saw this one just a little while back that's really funny. It's actually I think it's a New Zealand movie, and it's called Alien Addiction. And frickin' this dude's a stoner. I mean, I guess it's not really a pot movie, but he's totally stoner and smokes pot. But these aliens come down, and they're just looking to party. And of course, people are trying to bust him. Well, he becomes friends with them, but they want to smoke, to get stoned. But they don't like our weed. They don't like it. They end up smoking like our shit, like our poop.
Yeah.
So he's helping them like score like his aunt's poop and other people's poop and shit, so they can fucking party with them, And he's smoking a bunch of weed.
That must have been inspired by the part in Up in Smoke where Chong reveals that they're smoking pot that was taken from his dog's shit because
it's mostly Maui Wowie, but it's got some Labrador.
Yeah. He must have kind of half stolen it from that. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit.
Or he was trying to find a joint in his pocket. He's like, "Oh no, that's my dick."
Hey, dude. See that's still smoking. I'm telling you, like in the beginning, he's fucking. Or no, Up in Smoke. I mean, and that's in the beginning. Fucking like when they're driving to Cheech is like, "Hey man, how's my driving?" And fucking Chong looks forward and goes like, "I think we're parked, man." And they're fucking like smashed up against a street sign.
Remember in Nice Dreams, he's in the mental hospital. He's like, "Somebody scratch my balls." He's like,
"Yes, scratch my balls. Scratch my balls."
Hey! My balls itch! My balls itch! Hey man! Hey man! Hey, where are you? Hey, I'm over here! Hey!
Help! I'm right here, man!
Where are you?
I'm right here! Oh, wow.
Oh, where you been, man?
Hey, man, they trained me up, man. They put me in here, man.
I've been looking all over for you, man.
Hey, man, we're in a nut house,
Hey,
man.
you know where we are, man?
What?
We're in a nut house.
Yeah. Hey, man, they got me chained up, man.
Wow, they got you chained up.
Yeah, come on, man. Get me out of here, man. People are nuts. Hey, no, get the key, man. Get the key. It's locked up.
It's locked up,
Yeah,
man.
get the key.
I gotta get a key.
Yeah.
Hey, they think I'm the doctor, man.
Yeah?
They put me in charge of medication.
Oh, that's heavy.
And I'll be right back, man.
Okay, hurry up.
Don't go away.
Okay, get the key and get me out of here, man. Hurry up, man. Hey, man, scratch my balls, man. Hey. Hey, man. Anybody scratch my balls?
That's fucking, how about when they go to fucking Amsterdam and they're trying to film E.T. the extra testicle? You ever see that one?
I didn't see that one. I guess that one.
Nee, toch? Hoor je me niet kloppen als je me tegenop kunt doen? Ben je de hele tijd de pret aan het opmaken? Zo, daar heb je lang over. Nou, denk jij dat ik het geloof? Denk je dat ik helemaal gek ben? Hm? Ik zou wel eens van jou willen weten wat nou precies...
Oh, okay. Don't send the ransom. I'm all right. I made it. No more. No more.
Oh, dude, that shit is so funny. And fucking, they go to like they go to the restaurant like to order the food, and it's all like weed food. And fucking Chong's like, I'll have the California tossed bud salad and a shake shake.
Oh, did I ever tell you my Alex Trebek story?
I feel like you have, but go ahead.
Okay, so what happened was, okay, so he was a very straight edge guy, didn't drink, didn't smoke weed, didn't do anything like that. But one thing he did love was chocolate. And he was at this party one Friday night, and there's a tray of brownies, and he's like, "Oh, right, I'm going to eat some brownies."
Yeah.
Oh, so I told this story already? Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and finish it, though.
Okay, yes, and so he chows down on the brownies.
Randy, how many squares have you had?
Well, you put them out for eating, didn't
There
you?
were 2 dozen squares there, Randy.
It's like 5 of them, and then he finds out they were hash brownies, and he was so fucking high he couldn't get out of bed until Sunday night. He was that baked. Yeah. There's another good story. Did I tell you the Jerry O'Connell Stand By Me story?
Yes, I know you have too. This is something else. He fucking...
Yeah, so
he ate some brownies or something too.
Yeah, he wandered away. Well, during a break in filming, he went to this music festival and saw someone who was selling cookies, and he just assumed they were homemade cookies and nothing more. So he bought a bunch of them and ate them all.
There were 2 dozen squares there, Randy.
And then it turned out they were weed cookies, and he was so fucking baked. And
I'm fucking high!
he didn't he had never been stoned before, so he didn't know what was happening to him. He didn't know if he was being poisoned or what.
I poisoned you.
Why?
To test my theory.
Am I going to die?
That must have been pretty scary for him, you know?
I mean, if you honestly didn't know, and you'd never really been like that before, yeah, I bet.
And he was 12 years old, too, so he wasn't prepared for that, that's for sure. They should have known he was a kid. He didn't look like an adult back then. They should have figured that out. But maybe
they didn't care. They didn't care about that.
The person selling it was probably so goddamn stoned they just didn't give a shit. Right?
Dude, you know, let me tell you. You remember during the last Papo when we were discussing Jonathan Brandis and how he killed himself?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I did not know that. I did not know that he did that. I did not know that he was even dead. And the fact that it happened like 19 years ago, like, dude, the shit's been bothering me this whole time. Like, I still can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, and I don't know why. And I think it's because, like, I don't know. I liked the kid when I was younger. I mean, he's just barely older than me. He's about my, you know, and I used to, like, I don't know, I'd always related to his characters, and I kind of related to the actor. And so it's just like.
For those of you who don't know the story, so yeah, he appeared in sometimes in leading roles in movies. He did pretty well, but Hollywood has a way of chewing up and spitting out child actors, and it happened to him. And then at one point, it was just he was really struggling to get roles, just endless auditions. He was basically a has-been, and so he finally got a part in a movie, and it was a fairly substantial part. He had like 2 or 3 scenes. But what often happens with movies is sometimes they cut scenes because they feel like maybe the movie's pacing is too slow, and so maybe some scenes are kind of slowing it down. Whatever their reasons, they cut all the scenes that he appeared in, and he was so devastated that he committed suicide. He just couldn't bear the idea of living a life where he didn't get to be an actor. So it's real true.
Yeah, they found him. He hung himself. He didn't leave a note though, which is, I mean, I guess I get it. I don't, like, I wouldn't kill myself anyway, no matter what. Like it kind of, I get mad, and see, that's another thing. I get mad at people who do it because it's a very selfish move, you know, because our lives don't belong to us. They belong to those who are left behind when we go. You know, anyone who cares about you when you go, that's who your life belongs to. Because when your life ends, what do you give a shit? You know what I'm saying?
Especially your son.
Yeah, of course. And so it's like, you know, I don't know. I got issues with when people do that, you know. But it's like, at least sometimes when people leave notes, like, at least you get an answer on why they did, you know. And to like not leave a note, it's kind of like, you know. But I get at the same time, I don't know if I would if I was gonna do something like that. Even though, don't worry, world, I never would. I feel like it's a weak-minded, weak-willed individual that does something like that.
Well, Kurt Cobain's reasons were pretty lame, I thought. I mean, and everyone that it was close to him, they were angry. You know, Chris Novoselic, the bassist, Courtney Love, she was angry. I don't know how his daughter feels, but the part of it I objected to the most actually was the fact that he left his daughter, that she was only 2 years old when he died, and let her grow up with her father. That was a shitty thing to do.
Yep. Yeah, I got some friends, people real close to me that were important that did similar things. And
did they have kids?
Yeah.
And were they like, minors at the time?
No. Oh, the kids, yeah.
Oh, well, that's no good. I don't care what your reasons are. I don't know, get help or something, but
yeah, you know,
you have like an 8-year-old child.
Call a motherfucker and talk to somebody, you know?
Yeah.
It's that simple. But if anyone out there is fucking feeling like that who watches this, you can always email me at scoopdad.leahy and I'll fucking talk to you.
Well, just ask yourself, you truly want to be dead?
Somebody talk.
The question to ask them is, do you truly want to be dead, or do you just want the pain to go away? Because there are ways to make the pain go away, and not drugs or alcohol. Well, temporarily, but you want it to be a way that's practical. Right? Yeah, you want it to be in a way that isn't going to wreck your life, obviously. But
well, Well, we should be thankful for the tryings sometimes and the bad times that we have, because with those, that it shows us what good times are. You know, you wouldn't know light if you never saw dark, and it's that simple. So people need to understand that, and not to mention, through our hard times, we gain perseverance and wisdom, and through those two things, you lack nothing, and you can solve any problem you want. So just know that no matter what you're going through, it will make you stronger, and it doesn't make it so you don't have to go through it, but it makes you understand so you can help the next person when they're going through it. And that's what's the point of going through something. That's to be able to help the next person. That's the fertilizer of a human being right there. The adversity. Yep. Yes, sir. It's what helps you grow. The shit. 100%. Yeah. The shit abyss.
You're fucking losing it, bud. You know what, Ricky? You already lost it, bud. It's gone. Whatever it is, wherever you are, gone, gone, gone. He who looks into the abyss realizes that there's nothing looking back at him. It's gone. There's nothing looking back at him. It's gone. There's nothing looking back at him. And the only thing he sees, bud, is his own character, Ricky. Suck my cock! Whatever it is, his own character, Ricky. Wherever you are, his own character, Ricky. You understand? But the abyss, in the shit abyss, there's nothing looking back at the shit abyss. You already lost it. And the only thing he sees is his own character, Ricky. In the shit abyss, there's nothing looking back. The shit abyss, nothing looking back. The shit abyss, whatever it is, it's only his own character, Ricky. The shit abyss.
The shit abyss. Mr. Leahy, not another night of the shit abyss, please?
Ah, fuck it.
That's how they grow magic mushrooms. Shit.
Yep.
Tons of shit.
In a bunch of shit in the dark.
In the dark too. Yes, it's what could be. How could an organism possibly start a worse life than that? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're in the dark. Yep. You're growing up out of shit, but you're stuck in the shit until someone kills you and dries you out. That's a terrible life. Maybe some bad people are reborn as mushrooms, you know?
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, so I got a question. So in the episode, which is entitled "Fuck Community College, Let's Get Drunk and Eat Chicken Fingers."
No blues music, no chicken fingers, no get drunk. Just cut to that exact.
All of that. Yeah, dude, that shit's great. Corey and Trevor are walking down the road after they go to try to buy the dope, and fucking Julian goes, "Man, have you guys ever thought about going back to school?" Trevor's wearing a shirt that says "Deer Slayer." Yeah. What is that? Do you know what that is? Is that a Canadian thing, or is that like?
I don't know. It must be like a hunter's T-shirt, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I don't know, like if that's something that here I'm gonna.
There's a place down there. It's a chain of thrift stores called Frenchie's, and maybe that you could probably find shirts like that. There's thrift stores are repositories of very strange merchandise that you never thought could possibly exist. So, like once when I went to sleepaway camp when I was a kid, there was a coffee mug in the mess hall, and it had this graphic on it that said, "If you love me, pick my bottom." I swear I'm not making that up. I don't know who came up with the idea to put that out there, but it exists somewhere. And all these kids are like looking at it too. It was really
Deer Slayer apparently is a beer. It's a blonde ale. It's also a book. Looks like there's a couple different.
Yeah, there are a couple of breweries down there.
No, that's all the same author. James Fenimore Cooper wrote a book called Deer Slayer. There's a movie from 1957 called Deer Slayer, but that's The Deer Slayer. That's from 2013, so that's not old. The Deer Slayer.
One thing that just struck me as funny right now, I never thought of it before, but in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, remember when they were all in a dream at the same time, and that one guy is like, "I'm a wizard." He shoots these like lightning bolts at Freddy Krueger, and it's like he's like this D&D enthusiast, but he's
yeah.
That was funny. He was a nerd, basically.
Dude, the Freddy movies were funny. I think it was number 4. Yeah, number 4 is the one that I had growing up. That's the Dream Master. Dream Master.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember, that's the one where like the one dude's working out and like he squishes, like turns him into a bug. He squishes his arms, and freaking the chick at the end, like she gets all the powers of everyone. She goes after him with the nunchucks. That shit was so funny, man. Fucking Freddy Krueger, bro. I can watch all that shit. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Freddy was a pedophile originally, was he?
I don't know. He did. I think he just killed kids.
I think he just killed them. They only turned him into a pedo in the later ones, if I remember that later rendition.
Well, maybe that did come to light. I don't know, but
yeah.
Just occurred to me.
Yeah.
Somebody once created this piece online. I think it was like shitty magic powers. Like if you had these as magic powers, it would suck. I just thought of what if like you had the ability to inhabit another person's skin, to be in their body for like 3 days. But the downside is you don't get to choose who it is. So it could be just some ugly person or like a homeless dude, or just like you could be some of the worst people imaginable.
So randomly you're just inside somebody else? You can't control it.
You can't inhabit the body of a beautiful girl.
Oh, that'd be shit.
But yeah, would you like want to live that way?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess in a way, because, well, are you in control of that person, or do you just get to like you're along for the ride?
Them, yeah, basically.
Okay, well then,
it's your mind, but their body, basically.
So. Well, yeah, I would be fine with that, even if I couldn't control who it was, because then I'm still in control of what I'm doing when I'm there. And I mean, other people might not want me to have that power, because I might fuck up some people's lives. Because
if you do inhabit the body of a beautiful woman, you're gonna take your clothes off at some point.
Well, you know, and that's precisely when I'm robbing a bank, is when I'm in control of someone else's body.
That's right, yeah. Rob a bank.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're probably not going to do a lot of things, but
you know, I mean, because if you get away, you can stash the money somewhere, and then you can take off, and then when you're out of their body, you'll know where the money is, and they won't. And frickin', if the cops come looking for anyone, they'll be looking for them.
Well, you know, there is a theory in like quantum physics, I think it is, that everybody has a double, and there's a double reality to ours. You know, like a mirror.
Doppelgangers. Yeah, no, that fucking shit's real, bro. Everyone's got lookalikes. I've seen people's lookalikes. I've seen lookalikes of other nationalities. Like I've seen, you know, Mexican versions of buddies, you know. I'm like, that dude looks just like so and so, but like a Mexican.
Yeah.
You know?
I've seen that.
Yeah, you know. Oh yeah, there's definitely doppelgangers out there, which is shocking. It blows your mind. You want to go, no, dude, there ain't nobody out there as cute as me, right? But
you ever committed the social? You ever committed the social faux pas of pointing out to someone that they look like a really shitty celebrity? You look like Bill Cosby. Sometimes it's not flattering to be. Like I once met a guy who looked a lot like O.J. Simpson, and this was at the point in history where being compared to O.J. was not a good thing. So even if you just look like the guy, that's bad, you know?
I see people, I used to see people all the time that look like people. I mean, because they're out there. Everyone looks like somebody, you know? And so I used to tell people all the time, hey, you look like this person. And I was really good at it. Like I could tell you like what 2 people you look like a cross, or 3 people you look like a cross between. You know, like there was this one girl that totally reminded me of Marilyn Manson and freaking oh god, what's her name? The chick who did that monster. You know,
the actress.
No, rah 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 rah.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yeah, dude. There's this one. Like I was like, man, you look just like Marilyn Manson and Lady Gaga had a love child, man. And I mean, there's been plenty others, dude. That's just the one I can think of because I saw her just a little while ago again. She goes to the fucking grocery store I go to sometimes. And, but yeah, dude, there's definitely doppelgangers out there. I guess that's the point I'm getting at.
Yeah, I've had a few occasions in my life where I kept meeting someone who looked like someone I used to know. So I've had a lot of that, which is weird. But
well, now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Hey, bitch. What?
Yeah. You didn't have to cut me off.
Yeah, make sure to not grab someone's ass immediately when you recognize them, because maybe you're seeing the wrong person. So.
Oh, dude. Okay, so in this episode, we also get to meet George Green for the first time.
Oh yeah, they didn't mention his name.
Yeah, they didn't mention his name, but that's when he first tricks George, and he uses the what is it?
Did he use the gym trick? He didn't use that.
No, monthly evaluation.
Oh yeah, he did that a few times. Yeah.
All right, guys, this. I didn't want to tell you, but this is part of your monthly evaluation. That's why the cameras are here.
Oh, and the great line, one of the greatest lines by Ricky, where Lucy goes, "Oh yeah, great, Trinidor, come get your things and move into the car with Daddy." And he's like, "Since when is the backseat of a car too good for?"
Yeah,
that was a great
backseat of the car's not good enough for you anymore.
The great thing about that burn is that he wasn't even thinking of those terms. He was just like speaking. He was just stating truth, right? Because they did start out by fucking in back of like Kentucky Fried Chicken in the backseat of the car. She nasty. She a hoe.
Lucy, she's a trailer park hoe.
Oh, she a hoe. She's a hoe. She's a hoe. Oh yeah, she's a straight hoe. I still think I love your idea about Bubbles being the dad, but then again, that would fucking crush Ricky though, dude.
Well, it would, yeah, but you know he's
because he loves Trinity, dude.
But it would put him off. It would get him off the hook too, because he wouldn't have to feel like he has to provide for them or help them in any way. I mean, he probably still would anyway. But maybe. But then Bubbles would have to. You would feel like he has to step up, and that would be an interesting fork in the road for him, because he might feel like he needs to move into a proper trailer and everything. So. But they could get him a bigger shed. They're making sheds now where it's like a tiny house. So shed, like I saw one shed. It had a window, and it's it's probably the size of a prison cell, but it's like a fucking house, and you could live in there if you don't mind living a very cramped existence.
No, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Like a shipping.
Well, kind of like that. That thing he took off Randy.
Yeah.
Or I guess Randy got it off him.
Eons. Eons repossessed it, and then Randy bought it from Eons.
Yeah, that's right. Why do I always want to call it Aegis? I don't know why I always want to call it Aegis.
Yeah. They're based on a company called Leon's, and they have that don't pay a cent event. It's a big thing in this country. A lot of people have done. And then they come and collect, and you're in trouble if you can't cough up all that money. So
kind of like J-Rock's don't pay a cent event.
Yeah, right.
Well, I got a kick out of the very end when Leahy shows back up, and he's like ready to like just beg Julian basically not to leave, because Julian's moving out in this whole episode. That's what he's doing, and he was like, "Look, I'm prepared to waive all your lot fees if you please just don't go and leave us here alone with Ricky." And then, good.
But that problem never went away. So.
No, I know. And so when he's like, "Okay, I'll stay," and it's so funny. You watch Leahy go from begging to thinking he's telling you what's up, and he goes, "All right, you'll stay? Yeah. All right, well, keep your nose clean then." Like, and he gets all tough at the end. Like, and then Randy's like, "I'm really glad you're not leaving, Julian." Dude, it blew my mind. It's been a while since I watched season 1, and it just kind of shocked me, like, how young they all look.
Yeah. Like Randy Scott is not that big at the time.
No, Randy's still like a fresh-faced baby, practically. You know, even though they're probably, I mean, I would say he's early 30s, like Ricky and them. They're probably about early 30, like right when that's happening. Or maybe actually, no, yeah, they're probably a little bit young because that's probably what, 2001.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's 20 years ago. So they're yeah, I'd say in their late 20s, early 30s. Because I don't think any of them are. Well, Julian, I think, is probably the oldest one.
Because last year was the 20th anniversary. They made a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So figure anywhere. I doubt any of them are over 53. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I mean, you know, besides the older people, but out of Ricky, Julian, Bubbles, and Randy, I would say I don't think any of them are over 53.
I think John Paul Tremblay is the oldest. I think he was born in 68. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Looks pretty good for a guy in his 50s. So.
For sure he does.
That wasn't the episode with the porn, right? When they did J-Rock's first porn film?
No, that's coming up, though.
Yeah, because I let it play afterwards, and now, yeah, so we'll talk about that next time then.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, John Paul's 1968.
So he'd be like 53, isn't he?
What, 68, 78, 88, 98, 08, 18. So yeah, 54.
54. Wow.
Yeah.
And Mike Smith is the youngest of the boys. He was born in 72. So he's turning 50 this year. And I think Rob Wells was born a year before him. So he's
so there you go. Yeah, so they're so I was right, very early 30s.
Shitty looking. Actually,
yeah,
they don't look shitty. Actually, in some ways, they actually look better. Well, Rob Wells really hasn't changed that much physically. John Paul Tremblay is bigger from working out, and Mike Smith, Bubbles' personality has evolved, but Mike Smith doesn't really look that much different.
You can. I'm looking at side by sides right now. You can see that Mike's put on a little bit of weight too, just a little bit. Like his face is rounder. Well, in the 10th season than it is in the first season.
I think your skeleton gains weight as you get older, like a certain amount of bone mass. Your bones just get a little bit bigger, so I guess you have to take that into account as well.
Dude, I love this show, man. Like it totally. Like I was sitting there watching it, and like the scene where, Ricky gets out of the car and he's like, you can tell he's like still half liquored from the night before, and he's peeing on the side and all you can hear is Julian listening to the answer machine recordings like over the top of it, and it's like, man, I remember days just like that where you're outside, like fucking super, like still drunk, basically, fucking peeing outdoors, like living like that. Like I can totally remember that shit like it was just yesterday, and it still relates to me, man, so much. And I can remember watching that stuff, watching this show while doing that, you know, like.
While being in, but definitely have made him stupid. Maybe maybe all the liquor and drugs kind of fucked him up. It's possible. I mean, you know.
Oh, it's definitely possible.
You consume them at that rate starting when you're a child because Ray let him drink and smoke dope. So maybe his brain didn't develop right because he was so fucking drunk and high all the time.
Yeah, they say that's a thing. I don't really know. I mean, I started at a really young age, and I mean, I think I developed pretty well. I mean, I get a little fucking stoned and a little like this sometimes, but for the most part, you know.
Well, if you drank in junior high, you had to have gotten laid too, because that gave you an edge, right?
Oh yeah, there's always edges.
14 and have some liquor on you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or some weed.
Always had some weed. Always.
Did you have the chain attaching your wallet to your pants?
Yeah.
Sure no one took your wallet?
Dude.
Took your weed money? Oh, you wear those? Yeah.
I still do.
Well, I guess you don't get picked.
I still do. Nope. I sure don't. Never once in my life have I been. Knock on wood. But you're right. Anyone who tries to grab my wallet, all they're going to do is just tug on me. Like, it ain't going anywhere. And as stupid as it sounds, I'm not letting anyone, like, shoot me, fucker. Like, you're not robbing me. You're gonna go to prison for murder is what's going to happen, you dumbass. Like, sorry.
Well, what's that law called where basically if someone breaks into your house, you're allowed, it's the stand your ground law. I wonder if that applies when it comes to being robbed as well.
I would imagine so. Well, you have the right to defend yourself, period, end of story. And Kyle Rittenhouse case helped reconfirm that.
I don't know if you have that up here or not, but you do have that in the States.
Yeah, you might not. But see, we do. You know, if someone shows up and they're like, why won't that go down?
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
What if I just do that? There we go. Hey. Stupid thing was popped up on my screen. Kind of like this. It's back again. Hold on, like this. Yay! But anyway, yeah, you have the right to defend yourself. Like, if you feel threatened and someone's coming at you, yeah!
That fist looks like it's doing this. Feeding the geese.
Right. Feed the geese. A little downhill ski in there, buddy.
You see? That's what it looks like.
It for sure does.
The guy jerking
off. This guy's loving it. Yay!
I wonder if the people who designed that are aware of it. Somebody must have said something.
Oh.
You're on TV.
Right. But anyway, is there more? Oh no, I just closed it. So yeah, but I mean, there is a fine line there. Like, you can't just, if someone's yelling at you, you can't fucking claim like self-defense and murder someone just because you don't like what they're saying or something. Like, they actually have to be, threatening your life. Like, they need to have a weapon or something like that, But yeah, so I mean, I guess you're right. I guess that is just an American thing, and that's probably why a lot of us are the way we are like that. Like, if someone tried to come after, like, steal my shit or break into my house, like, yeah, I would probably fucking cut him.
I think the most armed state is Kentucky, which is the worst state to rob a house in, because it's just almost everybody's packing their adults.
Oh yeah. Texas is pretty packing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. It's another
Texas is pretty packing.
I don't know. Maybe some people disagree that it's a stoner movie, but weed's a huge part of the plot. Dazed and Confused. It's kind of a stoner movie.
That's a total stoner movie. Yeah, that's one of the ones I watched as a teenager all the time. I love Dazed and Confused. Like, dude, one of my favorite parts was when they're climbing up the moon tower, and they were like, and he's telling the story about the guy who drank like 3 beers. The kid, he fell and he cracked his head on everything on the way down. He goes, "How many beers did you have, kid?" And kid's all, 5. He's like, "Oh, you're dead, man. You're so dead."
That guy's awesome. Man. They could have made a whole movie about that character. Slater.
Oh yeah, dude, Slater. Fucking, what did you say? What was it? Fucking, behind every good dude, there's a good woman. And he's talking about George Washington's wife. And he's like, every day you come home, she'd have a big fat bowl of green bud waiting for him, Yeah. That dude was great, man. What another great, I mean, it's a stoner movie. It's a party movie. I mean, there's only a little bit of weed in it, and there's a little bit of party, but the whole movie's about weed and party. Like, that's what their whole goal is. But it's a movie called The Stoned Age. You ever seen that one?
I haven't seen
The Stoned Age All right, I'll send you a link to the trailer to that one. Dude, that movie is so funny. It's just about these two dudes who who live in a town called Suburbia or something like that, and it's like yeah, like in the beginning, like there's an opening where it's all a long time ago in a town called Suburbia. There lived a noble breed of men who spent their lives on a never-ending quest for honor, glory, and fine chicks. And like it's just these two dudes looking to party, and fucking a bunch of shit goes crazy and shenanigans, and you know, all in the quest of looking for a party.
So here's a list. It's the 25 essential stoner movies according to Rotten Tomatoes. Grandma's Boy. There's Dude, Where's My Car? I didn't know that was a stoner movie. Soul Plane. How High. Half Baked. Super Troopers. Yeah, I guess it's kind of. I mean, it's definitely the kind of movie. It's a great movie to watch while you're stoned because it's funny. So. Yeah,
but I don't know if I'd classify it as a stoner movie. Yeah.
Reefer Madness, that's understandable. Nice Dreams, Up in Smoke, We're the Millers, never seen that one. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that's definitely a drug movie, not just a weed.
That's a drug movie. That's not a stoner movie.
That's an acid movie.
For sure.
Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's one. So a handful of those movies, I would say yes, they are, but there's several movies on there that I would say are not. Like We're the Millers, whatever, is not one of the essential.
Scary Movie. Scary Movie was that? Do you think that's a good movie to watch?
I mean, yeah, but it's not a stoner movie.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I didn't find that was over. I mean, Jay and Silent Bob.
I liked that movie.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I liked that movie.
Smiley Face, Pineapple Express, Ted.
All right, I just sent you another link. It's to the trailer for The Stoned Age. 1994, this movie came out. This shit is fucking hilarious.
Every Saturday night, all they do is the same old thing.
So you got a plan tonight or what? I got a radically hellacious plan. Fit the jag just to take the edge off. Get those chicks all horn dogged out. What chicks?
Hanging with the buds.
Check it out, man. It's Tagmeister. Hang a loogie on it. Hey, man, I got some chicks!
Searching for a party.
What's the ratio here, man? It's like 35-3 out here.
Staying out of trouble.
Are you gonna boogie with the foxes tonight? Now, if you want to get these chicks in the mood, shake it, man. I need some ID.
Looking for some chicks.
Let's party.
But tonight, they're about to face their greatest challenge.
Whoa. She's so cherry, man, it hurts. Man, I'm gonna scorch my shorts. Man, we got chicks!
Yeah, and you guys better not be here when he gets back.
Come here, my chicks!
Are those, real booby shots?
Let's go. No, she ain't even naked. Oh, Sam, you kicked his ass.
They're like a pack of wild dogs. They're probably out there right now playing in the ice drain.
Don't be so paranoid. They're not that lame.
Attention, hooligans. Assume the prone position.
What the hell are you doing with my daughter?
Man, these are our chicks. You come here, you think the chick's gonna go for it because you got some Ox 45? These are talls, man.
The Stoned Age.
Hey, so where's your friend?
What? You guys want to take a number?
She's hot for me, man. Yeah, then you woke up.
Inherent Vice. I saw that one. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I think I might have seen that. And I think I might have seen it on pod, actually.
That's definitely a stoner movie. I mean, there's they're smoking non-stop in those movies.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, seen that one a few times.
That's a good movie for sure.
Friday, never seen that one. The Big Lebowski, of course, that totally makes.
Oh yeah, Big Lebowski.
This Is the End, haven't seen it. Easy Rider.
That's that other one I was telling you about with Seth Rogen. This Is the End. That's it's a cool movie. It's a funny movie. I mean, I don't know if I'd say Seth's what makes it funny. I mean, Danny McBride's in it. He's hilarious. James Franco's in it. He's funny. I know the world hates James Franco right now, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
He was great in Freaks and Geeks as well. You know what? One of the things I love about Freaks and Geeks was what's the guy's name? Oh, not you, Freaks and Geeks. I was going to say Dazed and Confused. Is that they give that freshman guy advice on talking to girls, because see, that rarely happens in real life. Most guys just end up saying and doing dumb things to get girls. No one gives them any guidance. That's got to happen more often in real life. Like when he says to her,
for sure,
don't tell her how you feel about her, and don't act like a puppy dog. So yeah, maybe I'll see you around. Even though the guy who was giving him the advice is like a fucking monkey, the guy with the overalls on.
All right, I mean, I guess I could see why they say, because I found a different list, and it does have Weed and Miller's on it at number 21. And I mean, it is true, he is a pot dealer, and like he goes to get weed in Mexico, but it's like they're not smoking it up in the movie and shit, you know, so it doesn't really count in my opinion. Oh, Your Highness, that's another good one. You ever seen that one?
No.
With Danny McBride and James Franco. It's like a medieval thing. They have to, and it's got what's her name? Natalie Portman's in it, and oh god, Zooey Deschanel.
In a faraway land, there lived two brothers. One brave and bold, the other not so much.
Woo! Courtney, will you make funny faces to entertain me? No! Never triangle face. I hate triangle face. It scares me.
Your brother is about to embark on a quest.
The evil wizard Lazar has taken my love.
You must journey with your brother to rescue his bride.
Can I sleep on it?
Brother, I don't think you'll need that armor.
You may quest the way you like. I will quest the way I like. Here I come. Ow. This quest sucks. I shouldn't even be here. I will probably die on this quest. Courtney definitely will.
If we work together, we can destroy Lazar once and for all.
With our huge muscles, we shall protect you.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? That didn't really go as planned.
What's right for you to spy on a bathing woman?
I'm simply keeping an eye on her. Oh god, she's looking at us. Remain perfectly still.
Why would anyone want to be with you?
I'm not sure, really. Oh, yeah. Perhaps because I'm rich, I live in a castle, and I can do magic.
What the? You've got to suck out the venom! I don't want to suck it, you suck it! I can't reach you with my mouth! Courtney, suck the venom!
I've never sucked venom!
Suck it!
Nice.
Whenever you maidens are ready.
Finally, alone.
Thaddeus?
Yes?
I've not been able to stop thinking of you.
What a coincidence. I was just about to finish thinking of you.
Your Highness.
We come to seek counsel.
Come, give me kisses.
Kiss him.
Hell no.
For the quest.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
I love Zooey Deschanel, bro. I've had the hots for her for a long time. But like this evil wizard Lazar kidnaps Zooey Deschanel, who's freaking Franco's like love interest in the movie. He's like the king's son, and Danny McBride's like his brother, who's just a bumbling idiot, and fucking James Franco's like the quest knight who's always off on a quest and fighting ogres and dragons and shit. And so Danny McBride's got like resentment towards him. Well, the dad forces them to go on a quest to save the girl from the evil wizard, and like dude,
Danny
there's this.
He played the guy in Tropic Thunder who blew up all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go freaking get here! That's my shit! Mother Nature just pissed her pants soon!
Yeah. He's in all those movies with them.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants.
That shit was funny. Oh, Rolling Canvas was
Tom Cruise was so funny in that movie too.
Evil Bong, those were great. There's another really good one that had Billy Bob Thornton, and who else was in it? Oh shit, let me see here. Billy Bob Thornton movie.
It'd be entertaining to watch, like,
what the hell?
A group of 50 people smoke weed at the same time and coughing and going at the same time. It'd be funny to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Bob Thornton, not Sling Blade, come on. I don't want to have to look through a list of all his movies to figure it out. Fuck, there's so many, I know there is. No. Oh, Homegrown. There it is. I should have known that, yeah. The movie's called Homegrown, and they're weed farmers. Billy Bob and who else is in that with him? Oh, Ryan Phillippe. That's his name. Ryan Phillippe's in it with him. Fucking... No, I guess Bon Jovi's in it too. I didn't realize that. But yeah, they're weed farmers. That was a good movie. Homegrown.
Yeah, the ladies love John Bon Jovi, that's for sure.
They love Billy Bob too. That's because, he's fucking...
They used to, but he's
packing like a 14-inch fucking dong.
Is that true? Or is that...
Yeah, I think Billy Bob was an ex-porn star way back in the day. Conspiracy theory. Like way back in the day. I think I heard something like that, but I've always heard that he's got like a fucking massive pipe.
Wow. Maybe Angelina Jolie just couldn't handle it after a while.
Yep. Did Billy Bob Thornton do porn? Maybe not. Maybe that was just always bullshit. Because nothing came up when I just searched that. The only thing that came up is, did he and Halle Berry really do it in that scene in Monsters Ball? I mean, you gotta... did you ever see that movie, Monsters Ball?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. It was intense.
I mean, you gotta admit, that was one of the most realistic fuck scenes you ever seen. Like, I'm pretty...
It wasn't bad.
I always believed that, I think they really did. Oh, well. I'm not seeing anything about him actually doing porn. Then again, if I read one of these articles, it might tell me. I'm just looking for a headline that jumps at me.
It's never easy realizing you'd make a terrible doctor. People would die, and not on purpose either, if I were a doctor. Oh, well.
I don't know. I think I'd make a pretty good doctor. I'll take a look. Alexa, light on.
You'd be a good gynecologist, right?
Alexa, light 100.
Okay.
That's one of those jobs that I don't think you'd really want, even though you think you would. Like, oh, you get to look at mid all day, but you know what? You're going to be looking at a bunch of really fucked up mids, dude.
Well, yeah, women don't go to the gynecologist when it's going well down there when they don't need to. They go there when there's a problem, you know? Right.
When it's pussing and pulsating.
Yeah, like I don't think they don't go there for a checkup, you know.
No, not at all. I mean, why not, right? Have you ever gone in for like your colon to be checked, bro?
No, I haven't done it.
No, me neither. I keep thinking about it though. I'll tell you the truth.
Maybe I should have my prostate checked out because my uncle had prostate.
That's what. Yeah. That's that too. I guess that's what I'm talking about. But
I think there's some kind of preventative procedure.
Well, they say after, I think, what is it, like, it's either, I think it's 45 maybe, like, or it might be 40, like 1 in 5 men comes down with prostate or colon or something like that. And I think it's prostate.
It's related to how much sex you've had.
What's that?
I wonder if it's related to how much sex you have had.
Well, I don't know how much anal sex are you having, Morgan?
Well, I mean, you know, but when you're having vaginal sex, you're still, you know, squeezing your ass, and it's connected to your dick and everything, right? Isn't it? Or is the prostate a completely separate department? Or maybe
I don't know.
Maybe if you've been constipated one too many times, maybe that's when it starts to get fucked up.
Right, taking two big poops, you know?
Yeah.
Giant jumbo turds.
You're eating too much white flour and shit, you know. Too much wonder.
Doing too much white liquor.
I remember I saw an outtake from Trailer Park Boys. It was J-Rock and T and some other guy. Maybe it might have been DVS. And they're eating peanut butter sandwiches, and at one point, J-Rock's like, "I don't eat that fucking white bread." You know what I'm saying? He's just talking about it's bad for you, but they ended up laughing. I wish they had used that in the show, actually. But yeah, that's whack.
With fucking Corey and Trevor, like I think they're gonna say it's coming up here when it's Microphone Assassin episode. Or that's later on. That's in a couple seasons for now.
Yeah,
you're right. But they're like, J-Rock should be rapping about things he knows about, like living at his mom's and eating peanut butter sandwiches.
We saw him jerking off. How do you know he was jerking off? We were standing at his window. Why were you standing in his window, right? That's worse than J-Rock masturbating that you were watching. Masturbate.
Yeah, because you were spying in through his fucking window.
That's right. What the fuck are you doing with your face against his window?
Oh, that's insane, but...
Well, I think we blew her wad, pal.
Yep, that's just the fucking way she goes.
It's the way she goes. I got a rocket piss, anyone.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Anyway. Anyone was...
Wait,
I said anyone. I can't believe I said anyone.
Yeah. I got a rock of piss, anyone. Anyone? Yeah, come hold this piss jug for me.
Yeah, women go to the bathroom together, but men don't. That's
you know, the real funny, Morgan, is if you fucking had a fucking piss jug, a milk jug, and like a cup of water, and you can make it sound like you're peeing in it.
Oh, I like how in some of the Cheech and Chong movies, Cheech like takes these like hour-long pisses, where it just goes on and on forever.
Well, fuck, buddy. I guess I'll let you go.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, everybody, fuck off. We got work to do.
All right, everybody. Party's over. Let's go home.
Fuck off, Mr. Leahy.
He said.
Duckville, bottle kid!
How do you like me now, Hamburger? disco pool party, yeah, fuck you. Smoke a lot of weed and get really fucking stoned. Yeah.